I've got joy, joy, joy down in my heart to stay.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
So we've enjoyed for over 30 years coming alongside you, not only being an advocate for you in relation to real estate, but also in the area of faith and vitality and even strengthening, healing, and flourishing in our relationships. 30 years of really making the best out of what we've got.
Yeah, so I've got joy down in my heart.
Me too.
Me 3. And joy is such a good thing.
Yes. And sometimes I think about joy as the antidote for unhappiness, because people sometimes interchange joy and happiness.
Oh, they're two different things.
Talk to me about that.
I knew you were
Because
going to
that's what
say
we're going to
that.
learn in this episode, and how to get the joy even when circumstances may not be so joyful.
Yeah, absolutely. So happiness is an external thing. So something must happen
Like, can't go buy me a new dress.
and you'll be happy,
Right. I'd be happy.
right?
As
There's
long
no
as
joy
it
in
fits
it.
and it's the right color and the right shape
And
and,
if-
it's
and
not
this-
revealing and it's
Right. And if all the external things don't go the way you want it to,
Like it's too tight over my belly.
she not so happy.
No.
she's not so happy.
And you're not so happy.
No, if mama's not happy, nobody's happy.
That's not even true. If you're not happy, I'm not happy either.
Well,
Okay, so both of you,
you can
aren't
say
happy.
that then. If
If Papa's not happy.
thanks.
So what we're demonstrating is that happiness is an external thing.
Yeah.
Evidence.
Right
point
here.
one,
Right here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Joy, however, is an internal thing. And the interesting thing about joy is it's not determined by anything external. It is a way we choose to be no matter what is going on.
So what you're saying is someone can't take away your joy or your attitude.
The only person I believe that can mess with my joy is me.
Yeah, because I was going to say there is somebody that can.
Yeah, it's
because
me.
I've messed with my joy more than once.
Oh, I have too.
Have you ever messed with your joy, Ken?
Yes, frequently. And then sometimes I think, because that's where the mind goes, okay, I don't have joy. It blames my circumstances, not my thinking.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so that's one of those things that, again, if you're not driving, you'll want to write it down. I start to blame my circumstance
Not.
and not my choice.
Right.
Or my awareness of the choices I'm making, right? I start blaming the external things, and it's got nothing to do with that.
No, because joy is determined by how I choose to perceive my circumstances.
How I choose to perceive my circumstances determines my
My
level of joy. Right.
So now it's sounding like there's steps or processes or things we can do
Absolutely.
to increase our joy or protect our joy
Absolutely.
or receive joy in the first place.
Yes. So for me, what I've learned is that my joy is determined by what I focus on.
Right, which we've been talking
Talking
about.
about.
What we focus on, we think about, and as
and
we
you
think
just
about
said
it,
it.
we bring it about. And
So you just broke it down. So it's determined on what I focus on. So if I focus on things that don't make me feel good, then I'm allowing my focus to steal my joy. My focus affects what I think. My thinking affects my emotion, how I feel. And then my emotions affect what I say to myself and what I say to the world.
Is it okay if I get a little real here?
Go ahead.
go for it. Well, you're not going to wait for me to answer the question?
No,
Fair enough.
Get
because
real.
it's about you.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so this happens way too often, as you know, and I know that many people are rooting for Ken when he does it, and that's okay because it works. Go
All
ahead.
right. So
I'm nervous though.
yeah, I know. It's
I'm-
okay.
I'm
It's okay.
nervous
I'll
and
hold
it's
your
not
hand.
about me.
It's all good. It's because I'm a critical thinker. I'm tend to be
A problem solver.
correct, compliant, a problem solver, and so my brain is looking for things that are wrong, things that need to be fixed, things that could be better, things that could be shifted.
And things could be done the way that you want them done.
Yeah, because I'm a particular brain, right? So if it's not being done my way, then it's not being done
The right way.
Ooh,
And that's not truth. That's just
my perception.
my belief struggle that I'm working on removing.
Got it.
So when it comes to Yetta, many times I'll point out little things that could be better or wrong.
From your perspective.
From my perspective, which you think, hey, I've been doing this for, I'm not even going to say the years because that'll get me in trouble.
No, you won't.
And it's
50
been-
years. I'm
Oh,
older
50,
than that, but I've been
50,
doing the
okay.
things,
Doing the
for,
things
50,
for 50 years.
Because I wasn't
and
doing
she's
them when I
still
was
here and
3.
alive and good. So when
You're
I
doing
pick-
it my way.
So what happens is, as I pick on the little things, suddenly, it's over time, but it feels like it's suddenly I may not be as happy or joyful about my relationship with Yetta because I'm always focusing on the little picky things and she's not so happy because she thinks I don't even like her because I keep talking about all these little things. Whereas if I switch that, and that's one thing I'm working on diligently,
I think we all work on that, Ken.
find the good things that she's done. Notice when, the sink was wiped out or the floor was mopped or whatever it is. Just acknowledge that and say, hey, way to go, honey, rather than say, hey, you left the mop in the pail and it's getting musty. She didn't do that, by the way. But it's just an example of,
Absolutely. And so what you're saying is joy is where I focus. Right, where I train myself to focus. And there's a distinction between growth and focus, right? So I can look at something and go, what am I supposed to learn from this? What am I supposed to receive from this? What am I supposed to get from it?
And that helps with joy.
And that brings me joy. Or I can look at something and criticize it, and that doesn't bring me joy. So it really is, I think it is, am I looking for the blessing, the good, the learn, the opportunity to change, grow in this thing that I'm looking at is what feeds my joy.
Right. So I call it like looking for the silver lining.
Absolutely.
And when some people say, oh, you're an optimist or you always look on the bright side of things, or that creates more joy, like understanding that thankfulness also increases joy. When, at night I go to bed and I thank the Lord for multiple things. I thank Yetta for things she's done. I thank people that have come into my life during the day.
Yeah.
And then an attitude of praise. Just being in that state of praise and surrender. We were talking about that already, and yet surrendering and knowing that you can receive wholeheartedly those things even that aren't easy. And there's a joy that comes with that.
Well, it's being thankful for even the challenge, the difficulty, because in the middle of the difficulty, if I take it with gratitude, I know I'm going to learn something. I'm going to see the blessing. I'm going to get the gift, and it elevates me. So joy is in our gratitude for whatever is before us.
Right. And your circumstance is temporary. Whether it's a good circumstance or a poor circumstance, it might be temporary. And that's important to know.
Yeah. So these were things that you may already have been doing, or maybe you can share with us. Send us an email or post it or share and comment. What are the things that you step into to bring more joy into your life? Because when we learn from each other, that actually brings a lot of joy into each other's life.
And Carlos Santana, get that right. He said, if you carry joy in your heart, you can heal any moment.
What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for our listeners and for these two lovely ladies sitting on either side of me.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward